good morning, good rising team. Welcome to this morning's live trading session for September 25th, 2025. As always, we're going to start from the top to the bottom with the pairs with the red flag next to their name. We're going to be starting off with AUD USD, finishing off with US oil. We're going to go in order, look at the pairs that already hit STP, the ones that already hit STP, the ones that already hit ADR for the day. The ones that already completed their move for the day, we'll turn those off and we'll focus on the ones that are left for the NYC session. So we'll start off with AUD USD. AU we know has an ADR of 47 pips, minus 33%. ADR is 31. Perfect. Right, we already made 25 pips, 26 pips for the day. So we still have a little bit of pips left for the day. Right now, the only thing with AU when we're looking at it, right, what's happening? We know that we had a change of character. We know that we're looking for a break of structure, right? After the change of character, what did price do? Just started consolidating, right? This happens every single time, guys. Every single time. Every single time. So I already know that for AU, for me, again, I need to look for that break of structure. I need to see price break these lows before I could take a trade. And by the time these lows are broken, right, we would have already hit STP right at 31 pips. So AU, I'm going to turn this one off, and we'll focus on another pair. Right, AUD CAD, ADR is 55 pips, minus 33% is 36. So STP is 36 pips for the day. Yesterday was 37. Right, and out of the 36 pips that price is going to move, we already made 34. And this is another pair that gave us a change of character back to the top side, right? So, in the internal time frame, right? So, at this point, what am I looking for? Waiting to see what price wants to do. So I'm gonna go up to the 4 hour, the 1 hour time frame, see if there's any engulfing candles, right? On the 4 hour time frame, looks like price wants to give us an engulfing candle. We still have an hour and a half left for price to close that 4 hour candle. Nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 15, on the 5-minute time frame. There's nothing on the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high. Then price gave us lower low, but then price gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, and then gave us another higher high. So price at this moment, right, gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, and gave us another change of character back down to the bottom. Let's look at the lower time frame, which is the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and gave us a change of character back down to the bottom, and we still haven't gotten that break. We still haven't gotten a pullback. So on the 1 minute, I want to start looking for those engulfing candles as well. There's nothing here on the 1 hour, and that's okay. Right, we'll be patient with ACAD. We'll keep this one on for the day. We know that we still have another hour for that 4 hour candle to print, so we'll wait that out. For EA, 98 pips is ADR, minus 33% is 65. 65 pips is STP for the day. And we already made 57 pips for the day. Right, so this one could be good. Gave us a change of character, a little inducement. Price came back down, gave us a little, what looks like a 15-minute type 1 pattern where price consolidates, breaks the lows, gives us a double bottom. Right, let's look at the higher time frames real quick. This is another one that has a 4 hour engulfing candle in an hour and a half. This one could be good. Nothing on the 1, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 15. On the 5-minute time frame, price gave us an engulfing candle, but not valid because the bottom, the green candle does not have a bottom wick at the bottom. So no engulfing candles as of right now on EA. Let's look at the lower time frame once again real quick. Lower time frame, we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. So at this moment, we know that we want to see price give us a break of these highs over here on the 5-minute time frame. So we'll map that out and we'll wait it out. This is another one on the 4 hour we have an engulfing. Alright, perfect. Still got an hour. We'll keep that one on for now. For ECAD, I'm going to turn this one off, guys. We're just still stuck in the zone of consolidation. We're in peak high territory. We're on the 30-minute highs. We're on the 4-hour highs. We're on the daily highs. Price gave us a change of character back down to the bottom. Gave us a retest of the 30-minute highs over here. And then price gave us a little shoulder head shoulder. So we already know that price gave us the inducement of the shoulder head shoulder, but we still haven't started that uptrend just yet. You see that this is where traders are just being trapped, giving us exhaustion candles at the lows, exhaustion candles at the highs. In this little zone of consolidation, it gave us an exhaustion candle at the lows again, and it gave us another exhaustion candle at the highs. Market makers just trapping traders, right? So EuroCAD, I'm not going to trade it, right? I'm not going to trade it. Just the area that we're trading in, yes, even though it looks really good, it's just the area that we're trading in, right? And the fact that we're trading at these highs, I'm not really interested in trading them. Great Rising, Jessica. What's goody, what's goody, what's goody? So we'll turn off ECAD for now. Right? EU is another pair that at this moment I am going to just turn off. Right? I'm not really interested in it. We're still trading between the 30-minute higher high and higher low. And after this higher high was set, we could see that price has just been again just trapping traders, making everybody believe price is going to go higher, then goes right back down into your stop loss, price moving sideways. I'm not going to be interested in trading EU for now. So EU, I'm going to turn that off. GA, we're in peak high territory, so I already know that GA is not going to be a pair I'm going to focus on. 103 pips is ADR, minus 33%, 69 pips. Out of the 69 pips on a day-to-day basis, we did 59, right? But GA, we're in peak high territory. Gonna let price do what it has to do. GCAT is another one. I'm just gonna let price do what it has to do. The last 3 days, look what price has been doing. Just sideways movement in a zone of consolidation, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going back to the lows. Right? GCAD, not gonna focus on it. We'll go on to the next one. GJ gave us a beautiful engulfing candle on the 30. Let's go up to the higher time frames real quick, see if there's anything here. Nothing on the 1, nothing on the 4. On the 1 hour, it gave us a nice engulfing candle retest as well here. Gave us a retest, went right back down to the bottom. On the 30-minute, gave us another engulfing candle that price has not tapped into. At this point, I don't believe price is gonna give us another retest back to the top side. Nothing on the 15-minute. On the 5-minute, gave us another beautiful engulfing candle up here as well. So I would love to see price give us a retest of this area, but I'm not expecting it. I'm definitely not expecting it. On the 5-minute, at this point, I just want to see if we have a lower time frame, change of character, break of structure. On the 5-minute, we know we have lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low. It gave us a break of structure. Right, let's see. Right, gave us the break. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low. Then it gave us another higher high, change of character. And then we're trading between this low and these highs. So we'll keep an eye on GJ to see if we can catch these trades going back down. For GU, right, GU gave us an inducement of these lows on the 5-minute, gave us a change of character, gave us a break, right? And on this break, we can see that price just gave us exhaustion candles at the lows and then printed right back down. All right, so GU is another pair for me right now that just gonna take it easy, just gonna wait it out. We'll come back to it in a little bit, right? And then let's also not forget to look at Forex Factory. Look at the news for today. Real quick, we should have done this first. We have the next upcoming news that we have is at 8:30. So in an hour, we have USD news. We'll be patient. We'll be patient. For NZD USD, we had the change of character, lower low, lower high. We have the break of structure, lower low, and then price today just kind of moving sideways. We're at the 4-hour lows as well. Can I turn it off? I'll be looking for my entries. Right, today's already Thursday, so we'll wait till tomorrow to see what happens. If not, we'll wait till next week. But I do want to see price give me a break of the 4-hour lows before I take a trade. So NU, we'll just turn that off for right now. US 30, we have 2 days of drop. Today being the third day, price gave us that third day push. We also had this gap at the bottom of the market that price already filled up, that last 30-minute candle that just closed. We know that when we're looking at the trend, we're still looking at higher high, higher low, and higher high. Right, we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. So technically right now we're still on an uptrend on US 30. So I want to be careful taking these trades. ADR hasn't been hit, STP hasn't been hit. So we'll keep an eye on US 30 for a little bit. USD CAD gave us 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. And right now price has just been moving sideways. We're trapped in a huge zone of consolidation, as we can see here if we just zoom out, where price has been rejecting highs and rejecting lows for the last 2 months. Last 2 months since July, we've just been in a zone of consolidation. So I'll be either looking for price to reach these highs to give us an inducement to then start the downtrend, or we'll be looking for price to break these highs to continue that uptrend push. So USD CAD, I'm going to turn this one off. We'll focus on USD CAD going into next week since we're so close to those 4-hour highs already. USDZAR, we're just still stuck in this range. We're still stuck in a zone of consolidation where we can see that all these traders are being trapped. All the traders thinking that price is going to go higher, boom, right down. Came back up, gave you an exhaustion candle, boom, right back down. Right, so USDZAR, gonna turn that off. For gold, let's take a look. 503 pips is ADR, minus 33% is 337. 337. Out of the 337 pips that we're looking for the day, price gave us 320. So still have a little bit to go. Gave us a beautiful push yesterday. Gonna be looking for something today on gold. Bitcoin already hit ADR for the day, so we'll be turning this one off. And then US oil, we have 2 days of rise, counter going against the overall trend. We know that oil is a pair that's in an overall downtrend. We're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA in level 2. We're currently still below it on the daily time frame, no engulfing candles. On the 4-hour, we're above the 200 EMA. Looks like price wants to reach the 800, no engulfing candles on the 4. On the 1-hour time frame, price gave us nothing, no engulfing candles, no bounces off the EMAs. We're still looks like price is in an uptrend, right? In the 30-minute, definitely looks like price is still wanting to continue this uptrend. And again, oil is one of those pairs that we got the change of character back down to the bottom, and we wanted to see those break of structures happen so we could continue to look for those downtrend pushes, right? So currently for oil, gonna turn it off. Once we start trending, I'll start looking to take those trades. What's good, candle? Was looking at NU. Let's take a look. Right, the problem with me and NU is just how close we are to the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour lows. Right, before price could go lower than this, right, we know that price could reach the 4-hour lows, cool, right? Then at that point STP would already be hit. It wouldn't be a horrible trade, right? 32 pips, it would already be at these lows pretty much, right? That's really the only thing. If price would be below the 4-hour time frame lows and we would have broken these lows, then I would have felt a little bit just more comfortable taking these trades. But realistically speaking, the fact that we're at these lows, it just doesn't make too much sense for me to focus on this pair specifically. Now, again, could we go ahead and catch those small trades? 100%, right? Especially since we have this 15-minute. I didn't even go over the 15-minute on this one, but especially since we have this 15-minute engulfing. Right, the ideal trade would be for price to turn around, give us a retest of the 15-minute engulfing to then go right back down into profit. Right, and this would make sense because we're talking about a 3 pip stop loss for, you know, at least 20 pips, anywhere between 15 to 20 pip take profit. So, but it's not one on my watch list for right now. Great rising, Albert. How are you, my brother? That was the only thing for me. 2 STPs lower than the 4-hour lows, exactly. So, out of the 15 pairs we look at, right, ACAD is one that's going to be on my watch list. Once again, this is a pair on the 4-hour. We have a 4-hour engulfing. You know, 36 pips again is STP. Let's go ahead and mark this up so we know where to go. Mm, 36 pips. Euro AUD, we're looking for that valid break on the 5-minute. GJ, right, didn't give us a retest of the engulfing candles, going short, right? Never gave us a retest, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 5-minute. Price just went straight into profit, right? And again, this is one that has 65 pips as STP, so we'll go ahead and mark this up so we know when price hits that range. 65 pips is down here, right? So we might not get the opportunity on GJ. Again, GJ and GU usually move opposite, and the fact that they're moving the exact same way is kind of off-putting. Pudding, I haven't had pudding in a long time. $64 pips is not STP. Did I not calculate it on this one? 84 minus 33%. It's 56. I'm like, we're way too close to the ADR for this to be STP. There's no way. It's 56. US 30. We are farmers. Bum 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 bum. So we'll take a look. Any other pairs you guys are looking at, let me know, guys. Any specific trades you guys are looking at or already took that you want me to do a little breakdown on, let me know. If not, we'll just be focusing on these last 5 pairs that we have on for the day, and we'll go on from there. I'm not seeing too much. It might be a little slow day for today. You know, yesterday was pretty good. Yesterday was a pretty good trading day for the aggressive entries, stuff like that. So hopefully today we can catch one thing, man. Just one thing. Do 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 do. Again, guys, any questions? Let me know. Any specific pairs you guys are looking at that you want me to break down? Let me know. Any questions at all? Let me know. Albert says, not that much. I would have to go watch the previous stream on structure for USDs R plus the oil, gold, etc. Gotcha. Alright, no problem. Yeah, those last couple pairs, right? Like pretty much oil, ZAR, USD CAD. Like I'm not really too focused on them. There's not too much going on, but they are good pairs to keep an eye on for sure. Right? We already know we have news coming in at 8:30, so at this point, once again, I don't take trades 15 minutes before news, and I wait until 15 minutes after news to take a trade. So we'll wait till 8:30. We'll see what pairs are left. We could already see that a few pairs are already hitting STP or getting close to hitting STP. Um, right, similar to GJ, similar to GU. I think ACAT as well, right? Yeah, ACAT as well. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have too much left on the table after that news hits. So we'll just be patient and we'll wait it out. We could do it here, yeah, if you want. That's why I was asking if anybody had any questions or wanted to do anything. We could definitely do it here. There's no problem. But pretty much like for USDZR, for example, right, we're just stuck in a huge zone of consolidation, right? Again, like daily time frame, right? We know that we're still in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. We've retested the daily engulfing that we had down here. As soon as it gave us a retest, it went up a little bit. But again, as we go down to the lower time frames, we can see that price is just stuck in a range, right? So there's really not too much to talk about on USDZR. There's really not a lot to talk about. Structurally, there's really no structure on the 30-minute time frame for the last 2 weeks. We've just been stuck in the zone of consolidation. So before I even consider taking a trade on USDZR, I need to start seeing breaks above the highs, right? I need to start seeing an uptrend on USDZR before I take a trade. So USDZR is one of the easier ones, right? Oil is another one where oil, we're still on a trend, right? We're still in an overall downtrend. We know that we're in the first, or I'm sorry, we're in level 2 already, right? We had the first zone of consolidation, then we had the break. Price gave us a lower low down here, gave us a lower high, and we're just looking for that push back down to the bottom from the lower high going back down into the lower lows down here. But again, as we move closer into price to see what price is doing, we're just in a lower time frame zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time. So what I'm looking for on oil, since we're going back to the top, I need to see price give me an inducement of the highs to then start going back down. And right now on the 30-minute time frame, we don't really have a lot of structure, right? We had the change of character lower low. We didn't get the valid break. Price came to the lows, rejected, went to the highs, rejected again, went to the lows, rejected again, and came back up to the highs. But at the highs, we could still see that price is giving us higher high, higher high, higher high. So oil's another pair where right now we just got to be patient. We just got to let price turn around, right? Start going from higher highs and higher lows to lower lows and lower highs. Um, and then gold, we're in peak high territory. That's pretty much it. There's not really a lot of structure on gold. It's just uptrending, right? We're in the highest point in the market. We're trading at a higher high. On the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we're trading at the higher high, right? And then on the 30-minute, pretty much same thing. We're just still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, waiting to see, this price on the 5-minute, right? This is the structure that we have on the 5-minute. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, and on the 5-minute, it gave us a lower low change of character. So, in order for me to start being comfortable taking short positions, long term, I need to see that break of structure after the change of character. So, we already know that we won't get that move today. So, and we're already very close to STP for the day as well. So, there's not too much left when it comes to gold, especially for today, specifically for today. But we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see if we can catch anything. But that's pretty much it. It's really nothing too crazy when it comes to structure for a lot of these pairs. Stuck in a zone of consolidation. US 30 is giving us an external shoulder head shoulder. So pretty much after the news today, we'll have a little bit more data depending on how much volume comes into the market. But I'm not really expecting too much out of the charts today. Not really expecting too much, right? We could say the same thing with EA, shoulder, head, shoulder. Already gave us the inducement of the low, but we still haven't gotten that confirmation that price is going to push up. And that confirmation is going to be given once we get that 5-minute break in these highs over here. So for this morning, there's just a lot of more patience, right? Yesterday was a little bit of a simpler day for sure. So we'll just have to wait it out. Pretty much got 30 minutes left for that news to hit, so we'll be patient with it. No problem, Albert. No problem at all. let's take a look at these pairs real quick. ACAT hasn't hit STP yet. EA is still testing those highs, hasn't gotten a break yet. GJ already hit STP, so we'll go ahead and turn this one off for the day. GU almost at STP, hasn't hit it just yet. US 30 still at these lows, waiting it out, waiting to see what price wants to do. And then gold still just sitting here. Could give us a nice little 15-minute engulfing candle as well. We'll keep an eye on gold for now. Time's at 8:07. Alright, we'll keep an eye. Alright, I already have chart open. So which one else do I keep open? US 30. We'll keep one that looks high probability so we're not just staring at the screen here. So ACAT is almost at STP. EA's STP, what is it? 98 minus 33% is like 64? 65. Almost. Or we'll go ahead and just add the price line so I don't forget. 65. Yeah, but by the time we get the 5-minute break, we would already hit STP. So at this point, EA is also low probability. GU, again, low probability. So we only really have left gold and US 30. So we'll keep an eye on these two pairs for the rest of the morning here. I'll keep it here on the chart. And then we'll go on from there. Again, I'm not going to trade 15 minutes before news. I'm going to wait till 15 minutes after news. So we'll wait it out here for a few minutes. If you guys have any questions in the chat, let me know. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a little bit of water. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. We'll do the same thing for US 34.14 minus 33%. It's 277. Right, and then the 5-minute time frame, internal time frame, we had change of character, break of structure, push 2. Then we have push number 3. Right, in push number 3, we didn't get the valid break. Right, we didn't get a valid break until we got here. Right, so we're trading between this 5-minute low here. Now, this 5-minute low and this 5-minute high. Now, in the 1 minute, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right, this is where I'm gonna go to the 1 minute to see this. Right, was this just a wick? It was. So was the next one. No, it wasn't. Okay, it was a body closure. Okay, so we are trading. We could go ahead and delete this, right? We were looking for price to fill this gap up at the bottom of the market, which we filled, right? And as we filled it, if we're looking for valid breaks, like valid break of structures, we still haven't gotten them on the 1 minute time frame. Now, once again, what do you mean about a valid break? Right, so when I'm looking at structure, right, let's just speak about market structure first, right? On the 1 minute time frame, we know that let's start from up here, right? So you guys saw the 5-minute, right? You see the 5-minute structure. Now the 1 minute, and let's go ahead and put this visibility, turn off the days, everything else, and I just want to see this on the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame. Now on the 1 minute, this is structure on the 1 minute time frame. You have lower low, you have lower high. We can see that price, once it created this lower low here, right, because this is the lower low that made the low, or this is the lowest point of the push, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Notice how price never broke these lows and price never broke these highs, right? We got the inducement of a high, we tapped into it, but we never broke it, right? So none of this matters on the charts, right? All of this is internal structure. All I'm focusing on is market structure on time frames that we're on, right? So then price gave us another lower low here, which then gives us this lower high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Let me zoom into it real quick. right? So now we have lower low, lower high, and these lower lows. Notice how, again, nothing broke these highs. So we know that we're trading this lower low now because price broke these lows. So I really miss. This is the one thing I'll say I'll miss about the MT4 charts on FX Glory. Right? Then price gave us lower low, and now we know we have this lower high here. Right? From here to here, boom, we got the lower low. Now, what I'm looking for here on the 1 minute time frame, on the 5 minute time frame, what I'm looking for to classify something as a lower low is a candle closure below, right? With that being said, I'm not looking for valid breaks, which again, a valid break is whenever, like, let's say we're looking for a valid break of these lows on the 30-minute time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame, right? And even, and again, we're just speaking about structure. We're not speaking about when we're looking for entries. We're not talking about when we're looking for engulfing candles. We're speaking about market structure, so do not get it misunderstood. It's two different things. When I'm looking at where to put my lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? A real break is whenever you have the break of structure line, you have, we'll just draw it out, I don't have to draw the squares, yeah. You have the first candle, and let's say again, since we're looking for this on a downtrend, right? The first candle, boom, breaks below. This candle is not the break of structure. This is still the testing candle. The break of structure candle is the next candle or candles afterwards that print as a bearish candle and closes below that first red candle's wick. If the body does not close below the wick, then it's not a break of structure. If the candle that closes below the wick is still touching the break of structure line, it is still a testing candle. It is not a valid break, whether it's the wick or the body of the candle. It cannot touch the break of structure line. So when you're looking at the structure here on the 1 minute time frame, right, did we technically get a clean break of these lows? And when you notice it, you don't. You had the first candle, that's the testing candle. No other candle closed below it until when? We had this candle. However, is this a valid break of structure? No. Why? Because it's still touching the break of structure line. Right? So now I'm looking for another candle to close below this one. And now we're looking for price to close below this wick here. Did we get it? No. It was a red candle, went right back to the top side. So, it's a good little lesson there. Little bit of gems, little bit of gems. So now, we know that price did not give us those valid breaks. However, again, now that I'm looking for my entries, I know that we're trading between this low here it's about 8 minutes till the news candle and this low here. No top wick on that exhaustion candle. No engulfing candle on the 30. On the 1 hour, that could have been good. On the 5 minute, nothing. And then when we checked on the 1 minute, there was no engulfing candles either. But we do have a lot of gaps in the market. So that'll be one confirmation. We have gaps on the 5 minute too. Nothing on the 30 or the 15. Okay. So this is where I'll start getting ready to start looking for trades. Price gave us a little change of character on the internal time frame. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Change of character, higher high. Let's look at gold. We don't have any engulfing candles here either, right? Should have one on the daily. We had one at the beginning of the day, right? But that was literally just to fill the gap that we had that started the session last night. And as soon as that gap was filled, price took out all those sellers and then gave us exhaustion candles at the highs. So again, this could have just been a sweep, could have been a sweep, just the inducement, and we could see the same moves happen, right? As soon as it swept the lows, right, started giving exhaustion candles, pushed to the top side. As soon as it swept the highs, exhaustion candles, but we have exhaustion candles going both ways. We have a bearish exhaustion, we have a bearish exhaustion candle, and we also have bullish exhaustion candles. So this would be a situation where, again, I would stay out of a trade for right now, right? So gold, this is also a good time to say this too, because yesterday I saw a post, and I think there was somebody in the chat in the beginning of this week or something talking about news. Mr. Brian, good morning, my brother. My bad, I was locked in on the chart. I didn't even see the chat. Right, so is there times where you could take trades before news and during news and you could hold it? Absolutely, right? The charts are always going to tell you whether it's a high probability or a low probability. So right now, the fact that gold is giving us exhaustion candles going long and exhaustion candles going short, why would I put myself in a situation to take a trade? Right? When I already know, especially during news, on days like today, I would bet fucking $1 million right now. And I'm not a betting man. We have high impact news in 4 minutes. Right? We already have the understanding that at 8:30 news usually doesn't have too much volume, and we won't see that volume until 9:30. I would bet $1 million right now that whenever that candle prints, whenever that news candle hits, the volume that comes in, we're going to see some crazy stuff on the chart. Something like this. Either crazy wick to the top side, crazy candle to the top side, or a move going both ways. I want to bet $1 million on it right now. This is one of those situations where on gold, right now, since we're looking at gold specifically, since we have that high impact news coming in 2 minutes, this is a trade I will not be taking today. I wouldn't even be looking for an entry just based on how these candlesticks are printing on the 30-minute time frame. Now, again, could we go down to the lower time frame and start looking for lower time frame confirmations? Of course, right? This would be after the fact, right? After news. And we could already see, boom, engulfing candle on the 15-minute time frame. Price hasn't tapped into it yet. Could this be an area where price is going to tap into? Give us a retest before going? Absolutely. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I need to save that. I don't know why I thought I had this saved. There's no way I've been always adding this manually. I gotta delete these. Hold on. save as 15. Okay. Right, so we have a 15-minute engulfing candle. Right, what are we looking for the engulfing candles? Two red candles. First red candle, perfect candle, has top and a bottom wick. Second red candle closes below the first red candle's wick, has both a top and a bottom wick, perfect. Then we're looking for the engulfing green candle, right? Red, red, green on an uptrend. Green candle has a top and a bottom wick. Green candle closed above the body of the first red candle's, the body of the first red candle, perfect. Price never tapped into it. Look how perfect I drew this line before I even fucking drew the 15-minute engulfing. Again, this isn't a guessing game. This is just, yo, how many times have we seen this happen in the charts? How many times? It's a repeated cycle. This isn't, oh, I'm guessing where I'm putting my lines. No, this is just, how many fucking times do I need to see this play out for me to understand, like, yo, in these areas, could the trade go straight into profit? Absolutely. But understanding that there's a low probability chance of that happening, I'm not at a casino. I don't trade like I'm at a casino. I don't think about, yeah, I'm going to take this trade even though it's low probability. The house's goal is going to win. No, I'm going to beat the house. Imagine if everybody traded away like this. Nobody took losses. What would happen? The house would lose, man. So with that 15-minute engulfing, we also have a 5-minute engulfing in the same place, a little bit higher. So at this point too, what I want to do, right, and this is why I say this is a 830 hit. Boom, let's see what happens. We have a crazy gap there as well. Price gave us a change of character lower low on the 5-minute time frame. So we're trading between this low on the 5-minute time frame and these highs over here. So the structure that we see internally here on gold is just noise. So this is where this engulfing candle here for me would be low probability, because price could always do something like this, sweep these lows on the internal time frame, and then start that uptrend move. And for a lot of people, if price ends up doing something like this, for a lot of people this would be an internal shoulder head shoulder, and all the people going short because they think this is a shoulder head shoulder, they're gonna get swept as well, and price is gonna continue that push back to the top side. I'll tell you, this is a very, very high chance that something like this is gonna happen for today. Right, and we have a 30-minute. What looks like price wants to give us a 30-minute engulfing candle going short, but it's not a strong engulfing candle because we have a gap here. Crazy gap in the chart. So we'll be patient with gold. Let's go back to 30, see what happened. Right, so it's pretty much what I was expecting on what's it called? On gold. US 30 did it. There you go. I need more proof. I don't know, bro. A lot of people are hindsight traders, right? I see the future, I guess. Alright, so let's focus on the 5-minute real quick. So 5-minute, we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We still don't have a valid break of the lows, just another inducement. So we go back to the 1-minute, right? And once again, still don't have a valid break of those 1-minute lows. We're still inducing. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us a change of character, higher high. Price gave us a change of character back down to the lower low. Again, was just an inducement at this point, but that's what a change of character is. It's just an inducement. We know we have these gaps at the top at this point. They're making it pretty easy for us to look for a trade today, not gonna lie. Would be interesting to see price Right, we had that third day low. Come on, don't freeze on me now. Price gave us that third day low. If the 30-minute time frame, if the 30-minute lows were a little bit closer, I would feel more confident that price would continue that push up now. But since we still have these 30-minute lows down here, STP is what, 277? So, and that's right below the, right on the 30-minute lows. See, there could be a high chance we get price to push down into these 30-minute lows before pushing up. But again, with that gap that we have, I don't think we'll get that far of a push back down. We'll see what happens. 9:30 volume still has to come in, so we'll wait it out. We still gotta wait for that change and break to happen. So we'll come back to US 30. We got 25 minutes too for the next candle. 5 minute 34 seconds. We'll see what happens with that too. Okay. Let's look at GU and EU. So GU already hit STP for the day, going counter trend, so we could turn that off. EA has not given us that break yet on the 5-minute time frame. Still gotta wait it out. Hasn't hit STP just yet. And AUD CAD went back down. Hit STP already for the day at 36 pips. So we're done looking at that pair for the day. EU as well already hit STP, moving counter trend, doing the same thing as GU. GJ hit STP earlier. Never gave us that retest, man. Kind of pissed about that. Not really. That wasn't early engulfing. It was like 3 in the morning, but could have given us a steeper pullback in the beginning of NYC session. Okay. Alright, we'll stay focused on US 30 and gold for right now. Any questions, guys, so far? Let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over? Let me know. We got to keep an eye on STP too. We kind of didn't put that in perspective, which at this point, if price goes down to that 15-minute engulfing, we're not gonna have enough room for price to move. So let's do this to 337. Herb, I had to go watch the previous session on the other pairs. Did we look up US 30? Yeah. US 30 is one that I'm looking at right now too. Yep, I go over US 30 every night. Then where's STPF for the day? Right below it? Okay, cool. So yeah, this shit's doing exactly what I said it was gonna do. We might go into these 30-minute lows first and then continue that push, and then gold just has to go down a little bit more. Let's see what it does. You know, 30-minute, 15-minute for the engulfing candle. Has that gap, man? That's a very weak engulfing candle. Then again on the 5-minute and the 1-minute, we're trading the same higher high, higher low, higher high. We're trading between the same 5-minute and 1-minute, higher high and higher low. I had to back up a little bit, but yeah, we're trading between the same 5-minute and 1-minute lower low change of character, and then these highs up here. So we don't even have 1-minute time frame structure to really take note on. So it's based on just candlestick analysis pretty much on the 1-minute, and then looking at these gaps. So it's really going to be, also seeing on the 5-minute how price reacts to the lower low change of character, right? We can see that It all depends what price does at these lows. If price gives us the change of character and then gives us a break of structure, then it gives us the retest, we know we're going to continue. But if price gives us the inducement like we talked about, this is where we'll see price continue that uptrend push. And then for US 30, we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. So let's see on the daily how this looks too. Yeah. Daily time frame, this is just another higher high going into a higher low. Right, same thing as a 30, just 30 is more internal time frame. Same thing is pretty much printing us a shoulder head shoulder as well. Before we could even consider taking shorts on a shoulder head shoulder, I need to see price give me a valid break of these lows. We'll see that on the 30-minute time frame. We're back at the 30-minute lows. Let's see what price does here. Would be interesting too. Do we not have an engulfing candle? We sure do, but we already used it. We used it here. That was the retest for this. Right there. Okay. That was a beautiful engulfing candle too. Damn. Doing me dirty. Let me go back, please. It's right here. Alright, all good. Check your Discord. I got you, Albert. And EA still hasn't given us that break. Yeah. All boils down to where you're trading at, man. It all boils down to where you're trading at with this. Exactly what I was saying yesterday. Like, yeah, I think I said it with ECAT, I'm pretty sure, in the session. You know, a trade could look picture perfect, right? But if they give you what looks like a picture perfect trade in an area where you know price has to give you a break of structure first before continuing that trend, it doesn't become a picture perfect trade. It's not a high probable picture perfect trade like what you're what's on your trading journal, right? Like, we can't look for buys anymore in this area because price still hasn't given us a break of the daily, the 4-hour, or the 30-minute highs. Gave you a shoulder head shoulder. It's just trapping traders. It's that simple, yo. US 30 just pushing down. Look at gold is still on the move. So hold on, what was I want to check in on EA? Yeah, we still haven't gotten that break, and again for EA, either way, again, if we would have gotten that break, STP would have been hit, so I wouldn't have been able to take a trade there anyway. Let's go and look at these other pairs real quick. So AU just continued that push with the news once again already after it hit STP, but we were also looking for a break of structure of these lows. So again, This red candle is still a testing candle. I need to see another red candle close below that one. That's when we'll start looking to take those trades back down with AU. 8CAD hit STP already and just continued with the news that hit. That's okay. Right, we already talked about EA. We talked about ECAD. EU, we talked about it as well. We're in a zone of consolidation. GA didn't do nothing crazy. Already hit STP for the day. GCAD again, trapping traders the entire time. Right, we know we're in an uptrend. We're still on a 30-minute downtrend, so there was nothing for us to take here. Price was just consolidating, so if you took a trade on GCAD and it wasn't a sell, you're donezo. GJ hit STP for the day, looking to see if price wants to give us a break of these lows after the change of character to continue that downtrend push, or if price wants to give us an inducement of these lows to then continue to make these higher high, higher low points to continue the uptrend. But again, very similar to GCAD. GJ, we still haven't gotten a clean break of these 4-hour highs. We've just been consolidating in these 4-hour highs for the last couple, pretty much last couple months. Just rejecting highs and rejecting lows here. Still don't have no clean breaks on the 4-hour time frame. No candles closed above. So we're pretty much still in a huge zone of consolidation on the 4-hour time frame, on the higher time frame, which is why we see. That's why we're seeing price move how it is. Like for the last couple of days, it doesn't make sense, right? And all the traders who finally thought, oh, you know, this is what this guy teaches: a zone of consolidation and a break of structure of the highs. We're just gonna get a simple break retest to continue, right? And if you think that you're getting into trades of the continuation in this area, straight to stop loss, right? So it's one of those things where, again, this is the reason I don't trade in these areas before the break of structure. I'd rather just wait. I don't care if I have to wait 2 weeks. I don't care if I have to wait 2 months. I don't care if I have to wait 6 months. That's the reason I don't just marry one trade, because then you start seeing things that aren't there. Because you have to trade. If you're only looking at one pair and that one pair hasn't given you an entry in 2 weeks, there's going to become a point where you're going to start make-believing things that you're seeing just because you have to take a trade. You're going to start forcing trades on yourself. That's the reason I look at so many pairs, is because if one specific pair isn't going to give me an entry, let me go find it somewhere else. And if that one isn't doing what I want to see, let me go find it somewhere else. I'm just following my system. I'm following the same system with every single pair. Right? So I hope that makes sense. Right? GU is moving counter trend. Beautiful. Right? That's exactly what we want to see. We've been trading at these higher highs for GU and EU specifically as well. We've been trading at these higher highs, just stuck in a zone of consolidation. I want to see a steeper pullback. Right? For GU and EU both. If we go back to EU, we've been trading at these higher highs for a long time. I want to see a steeper pullback. So if price finally decides to give us those pullbacks back down to go from higher high into higher low, then perfect. That's what we'll wait for. And GU also already hit STP with the news that hit. We obviously went all the way back down to the low of the ADR. So price is doing exactly what it needs to do. NZD USD continued the trend. That's good, right? Let's see if price wants to give us a break of the 4-hour lows. Once again, we're just testing these lows at this point. Once we got a valid break of these lows on the 4-hour time frame, then we know we could continue to look for these positions going back down for NZD USD to then start, or to complete that level 3 push that we're looking for back down to the previous peak lows on the daily time frame. So NZD USD is shaping up nicely for us. I got you, Albert. Give me 1 second. You said that'll be hallucinations? Check your check your Discord. I got you, Albert. Give me 1 second. Let me look through these pairs. And then as soon as I'm done, brother, I got you. US 30. Again, still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Waiting to see what price wants to do at these lows. We're getting very close to STP, so we'll come back to this one as well and see if price wants to just continue a little push down today. USD CAD pushing up. Not looking to trade USD CAD. USD ZAR pushing up. Good. I want to see a break of these highs. We're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low on the 4-hour time frame. I want to finally start seeing price give me that uptrend push. So USD ZAR could be a good one. And then gold, once again, did exactly what we said. Gonna get an inducement of these lows. Price is just gonna induce those lows. That's exactly what happened. If you got into this trade thinking that this was gonna be the part where, oh, this is a high probable engulfing candle. Nope. Look at the areas we're trading in. Price has to give you an inducement. Now that price gave us an inducement, this is where we start going to the lower time frames. You can see that's why I didn't even mark it up. I didn't even label it. That's just how it is. That's what happens. 5 minute could give us a nice engulfing in the next 3 minutes. Right. Let's keep going down real quick. So Bitcoin and oil. Right, Bitcoin, by the time we woke up, it already hit ADR for the day. Hasn't really moved anything too crazy with that news. And then oil didn't really move either, just in a zone of consolidation. So, and then platinum hit ADR. By the time we woke up, yeah, it was already hit ADR at 5 in the morning. So we'll keep gold on this chart over here. We'll go to the 5 minute. We'll keep an eye on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Then 30. Alright. Albert, I got you right now. Um, so AJ, I don't really have it marked. I do, but I don't really look at AJ. Um, but yeah, you're good with it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, peak high territory, waiting to see what price wants to do. And then CAD JPY, you have daily time frame, you have, you see, I don't have this one marked. The first push you have it wrong, right? Because you know we're going from under to over. So if we have this marked as push 1, push 2, right, and then push 3, but you can see that price, I don't even have CAD JPY open, so this all could just be part, like this could be just one, all of this could be part of the same trend too, right? And I say it could all be part of the same trend because we could still see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And it wasn't until here that price gave us the trap, the TFR zone of consolidation. So technically speaking, this is the zone of consolidation here. Right, it was a TFR. Right, so this is push 1, push 2, push 3, right? And it'll be the same as AJ and GJ. This is the first zone of consolidation if price wants to continue that downtrend. And then one, I mean, this what you have here is wrong completely. But we would have to go back. But just focus on current data, right? Just the current, what's going on. This would be it for AJ, or for CADJ. Hope that makes sense, Albert. Alright, let's focus on these pairs now. We got 30 minutes for the NYC Open. We did not get no engulfing candles, nothing on the 15, nothing on the 5, nothing on the 1 minute just yet. And then for gold, We did not get that engulfing candle, which is okay. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's see what price is going to do. TFR is just when price does something like this, when it gives you a trap move to the top side, false move to the bottom, and then real move to the top. So for example, something like this. You have the trap move to the bottom, the false move to the top side, then the real move to the bottom. Did it fill it or did it miss it? I filled it. Okay, cool. No problem, Albert. No problem. Any other questions in the chat, guys? Let me know. I'm just locked in here, but if we got any questions, just let me know. Alright, so on the 1 minute, we now know that we're trading between the change of character lower low. Alright, we're trading between this lower low and this lower high over here. Sometimes. There you go.
You guys, my back hurts. I did not sleep good at all last night. I have to run, brother. See you guys doing the isolation session. Alright, Albert. We'll see you later, my brother. Have a good rest of your day, my brother. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Again, guys, any questions in the chat, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys are looking at? Anything you guys want me to talk about? Anything that I did talk about that didn't make sense that you want me to explain again? Just let me know. If not, we will just get ready, man. Just wait it out. We still got 15 minutes for the 9:30 open to hit, so yeah, by the time we got on the charts, these moves were already made, so I wouldn't have even been able to see any of these moves. Right, we were just trapped here at the lows. Okay. Then we have no engulfing candles, we have none of that. Oh, my bad, Adrian. So all green dollar news. Yep. 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 Right now, the only thing that's kind of putting me off is like the fact that we still got 10 minutes for that volume to hit for 9:30, but like the only thing that's kind of throwing me off is, we know that USD CAD, USD ZAR, they move really the same as gold, right? And it moves opposite of US 30. So the fact that on the 1 minute time frame both gold and US 30 are moving the exact same way is kind of just throwing me off a little bit, right? STP hasn't been hit yet. GU EU are falling. US 30 usually does the same. So, could we expect 30 to continue to give us a drop yet? But again, before I could even consider at this point now where price is at, before I could consider taking a trade going short, I need to see a break of structure of these lows, right? And there's also a break of the shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Because if we just get an inducement like we're getting now, price could continue this uptrend push to the top side. So I just want to be careful taking trades in this area. Now for gold, gold is in an uptrend, right? We don't even have to worry about 30-minute structure, right? Because we're still trading higher high, higher low. This could be a higher low point. If price wanted to give us a steeper pullback, it could have, but we could already see that it just wanted to give us the inducement of the lower time frame. So gold, I would feel a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable taking a position on gold than on US 30. So we'll see what price does. I think gold is trapping. Yeah, let's see what it does here. We still have that gap at the top too, so 9:30 didn't really get nothing too crazy, not a lot of volume. Look at US 30 gap entry to STP. Um, I wouldn't say that yet. We might get a 4-hour bearish engulfing on gold. Let's see. Nope, we don't have one on gold. Unless your chart looks different. We don't have one on gold unless your chart looks different, but I don't think it should look that different. But no, we don't have a bearish engulfing on gold. And then 30 hit STP for the day, gave us a third day low. We have a shoulder head shoulder. We still got these gaps here. If we get an inducement of these lows like we talked about, this is where we'll see price do something like this to continue that push to the top. So that was a horrible drawing, but this could be a good one for the end of the week. US 30. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah. This could be a good trade for tomorrow. Let's look at Forex Factory actually, and let's get ready for tomorrow as well, because we're pretty much already getting to the end of the stream. We're pretty much already getting to the end of the day, right? A lot of these pairs, I think, if gold goes lower, yeah, already hit STP as well. It's moving very similarly again. Usually, gold and 30 move different. The fact that they're moving pretty similar right now, this could just still be the effects of the news that hit, right? And then the volume for the 9:30 open. So these are pairs, we could say kind of similar about about gold on a lower time frame, right? Where could we say that this is going to be shoulder head shoulder as well, and this is just going to be the inducement and do exactly what we talked about earlier. Give us a little 15-minute engulfing candle retest to continue that push to the top side. It could be that. But again, I'm not really expecting gold and 30 to move the same way. So this is gonna be a point, right, where we always talk about sometimes we just gotta know when to be patient on the chart, right? And before I take a trade, I need to make sure that everything aligns with everything that I'm seeing. So we'll be patient with gold and US 30. Both of them already hit STP for the day. You know, we'll be back tonight for the isolation session at 7 p.m. We'll see how price ended up moving towards the end of the day. See if we got the breaks of the shoulder head shoulders, right? AU hasn't given us the valid break just yet, but in 17 minutes, if it gives us that break below this wick, if this candle closes exactly where it's at, then we'll have that confirmed break of these lows. We'll have the confirmed break of the shoulder head shoulder, and then we know that we could continue to look for pushes back down to the bottom, right? And AU is in a situation where we know we're still trading higher high, higher low, right? So we'll be careful taking these trades, but it does look good. We could potentially see a lower pullback probably into this daily engulfing candle that we have down here. So we'll be patient with AU. And yeah, ECAT, exactly what we talked about yesterday, guys. We're trading in these daily highs. We're trading on the 30-minute highs. We're trading on the 4-hour highs. Trading on a shoulder head shoulder. Price gave us a zone of consolidation. It was just very low probability, right? And price went straight down. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Looking at Forex Factory, again, for today, we don't have any more news. We have just medium impact at 10. Going into tomorrow, we have USD news and CAD news at 8:30 in the morning. So we'll be patient going into tomorrow. We also have daylight saving times for NZD. Nice. Time changes in NZD. Going into next week is looking good, right? No news on Monday. Tuesday looks like a good day too. News at 10. Bank holiday for CAD. And then the first week of the month starts of October. Non-farm on a Wednesday, bro. Like, what's going on? Usually we have non-farm on Thursday, Friday. We have it on Friday as well. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Any questions? I'll paste in Discord. I got you, Agent. Let me look at that real quick. Any questions? Let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything you guys want me to talk about? Let me know. If not, that'll pretty much be it for us. You are on gold and you do have a 4-hour engulfing. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't have that on my chart. So, what server are you on for gold? Yeah, our chart looks a little different.
What you guys talking about?
Um, Adrian right now. Yeah. Using the capital.com. Yeah, that's probably why. Some servers are a lot different than others, so. Yeah. Cat and Czar are still pushing up, man. I'm really not expecting gold to continue that push to the bottom. I'm really not. That's why even the reason I use the servers that I use, I back tested all of them. I've back tested every single server to see which one gives the real moves, fake moves, stuff like that. So gold could be a good one for the end of the week here. Any other questions? Let me know. If not, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Give everybody another minute in the chat, and then we'll be out of here. For gold, I'm using Oanda, the Oanda server. Alright guys, peace out. See you guys later tonight. It's because the time is different. The time is different. What do you mean? Yeah, so yeah, you're on the completely different chart. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to use the on the chart if it's like that, then that's another thing. So if you're looking at a chart that's like a futures chart, remember that futures closes, it's an hour difference. So you're gonna make sure you have to make sure you're on the right chart as well because of that. But guys, Adrian, if you have any other questions, feel free to message me in Discord or drop the questions in the Discord chat. Speak to you guys tonight. Peace out.